All right, so you're ready to like really take charge of your budget, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we're going to help you do it.
Yep.
We've got a guide here chock full of like 5 super actionable financial tips.
5 quick tips. Yeah.
We're calling this a deep dive
You dive.
for a reason.
Yeah.
Let's unlock these secrets to better money management.
1 tip at a time.
Okay, so tip number 1 is track your spending.
Track your spending.
I have tried this before.
Right.
It always felt like a chore, though.
Yeah, it can be.
So why is it so important?
It's super important because it's all about awareness.
Okay.
It's like the foundation.
Yeah.
You know, you can't really manage what you're not aware of.
Right.
So tracking your spending is really about kind of bridging the gap between our habits and our awareness of them.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a powerful psychological reason behind this, too.
Really?
Yeah, behavioral economics teaches us that visibility changes our relationship with money.
That's interesting.
So when we track every expense, it becomes real.
Like less abstract?
Way less abstract.
Right.
We see those little, you know, coffee runs, those online shopping sprees.
Oh, yeah?
They start to add up and we're like, whoa.
Okay, so you're saying it's not just about the numbers?
It's not just about the numbers.
It's really about understanding like the psychology
It's
of our
spending.
Yeah, psychology of spending.
So any tips for making tracking less of a chore? Because I think that's where I fell off.
Yeah, I think the key is finding a method that fits your lifestyle.
Okay.
So, you know, like pen and paper works for some people.
Sure.
Some people really thrive with those budgeting apps that connect to their bank accounts.
Yeah.
The key is to find what clicks for you,
Find what works.
what feels effortless.
Okay. All right.
Don't force it.
I like it. Okay. So tip number 2 is create a budget and stick to it.
Create a budget and stick to it.
Easier said than done, I feel like.
Oh, absolutely.
I have struggled in the past with finding a strategy that works for
Right.
me.
Yeah, and I think that's really the magic of it.
Yeah.
Is finding that system
Uh-huh.
that aligns with your own financial goals.
Okay.
Because a budget, you know, think of it as a financial roadmap.
Okay.
You know, it helps you prioritize your spending, and it makes sure that your money is working for you, not against you.
I like that. And this is where I guess the whole like needs versus wants thing
Needs versus wants.
comes in, right?
Absolutely.
Sometimes that line can get
Allure, yeah, for sure.
a little blurry.
It happens.
So how can we make sure that we're really good at that?
I think a well-defined budget brings that clarity.
Okay.
You know, it helps you really distinguish between those needs and those wants.
Yeah.
A popular starting point is that 50-30-20 rule.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, 50% of your income for essentials,
Okay.
like your needs.
Right.
30% for your wants and 20% for your savings goals.
Yeah.
But you don't have to stick with that, you know?
Right.
There's other methods like zero-based budgeting where you give every dollar a purpose.
Okay. So it's about finding what works for you again.
Exactly.
It's all about that perfect fit for your own unique situation.
I like that flexibility.
Yeah.
So speaking of saving,
Oh, yeah.
tip number 3 is all about paying yourself first.
Pay yourself first.
I have heard this
Yes.
many times.
It's a classic.
I'm curious to hear more about the why behind it.
Yeah. Save before you spend isn't just a catchy phrase.
Right.
It's a powerful financial strategy.
Okay.
It's about shifting your mindset and prioritizing your future self.
Okay.
The key here is automating your savings.
Oh, automating.
Automating. So you set up automatic transfers to your savings account
Yeah.
right when you get paid.
That sounds great in theory.
It does.
How do we stay motivated to keep doing that?
Yeah, because life happens, right?
Exactly. Life throws a lot of curveballs.
It does. You're absolutely right. Consistency is key.
Okay.
But think of it this way. You're making a commitment to your future financial well-being.
Right.
It's like building a financial safety net brick by brick.
I like that analogy. Okay, I'm starting to see the bigger picture here.
Good.
Tip number 4 is cut unnecessary expenses.
Cut unnecessary expenses.
Time to tighten the belt.
Tighten that belt.
Identify those budget leaks.
Find those leaks.
I feel like we all have them.
We all have them.
So what are some of the most common areas where people tend to overspend?
You know, I think subscriptions are a big one.
Okay.
You know, all those streaming services, those unused gym memberships,
Oh, yeah.
those software subscriptions that we forget about,
Happens to the best of us.
they just drain our finances without us even realizing it.
Yeah,
Dining out is another big one.
sure.
Impulse purchases.
Okay, I definitely fall into the trap of online subscriptions.
Yeah.
Like too many of them.
Oh, yeah. It's easy to do.
It is. So what are some practical tips for cutting these costs without feeling deprived? Because I still want to enjoy life.
Right, of course. And you can, I think the key is being mindful. So, negotiating those bills.
Okay.
You'd be surprised what a simple phone call can achieve. Embrace those free entertainment options
Yeah.
like parks, libraries, local events.
Sure.
And then for those impulse purchases,
Yeah.
implement a waiting period.
Okay.
If you still crave it after a week,
Right.
maybe it's worth considering.
I like that. Okay, so on to the final tip,
Yeah,
and perhaps the most exciting one.
I think so.
Invest wisely.
Invest wisely.
This is where our money can really start working for us.
That's right.
Can you demystify the concept of compound growth for me?
I'll try my best.
Because it sounds a bit intimidating.
It can be, but it's actually a very simple concept.
All right.
Imagine a snowball rolling down a hill,
Yeah.
getting bigger and bigger as it collects more snow.
Okay.
That's compound growth.
Got it.
Your money earns money,
Okay.
and then those earnings start earning their own money.
Yeah.
So it's a long-term game, but incredibly rewarding.
So where do we begin? Because the world of investing seems so vast.
Oh, it can be overwhelming for sure.
What are some options maybe for beginners?
Well, I think the key is diversification.
Okay.
So explore different options, stocks, mutual funds.
Yeah.
Even starting a side hustle can be an investment.
Right, like investing in yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And remember seeking expert advice tailored to your own financial goals.
Sure.
And risk tolerance is always a good move.
Okay, great. So, wow, we covered a lot of ground today.
Okay.
From tracking spending to investing wisely,
It's a lot.
it really boils down to making mindful choices
Right.
and taking control of our financial future.
Absolutely. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight.
Okay, that's good.
Start small. Implement one tip at a time.
Yeah.
Watch as your financial confidence grows.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
here's a thought-provoking question for all of you listening.
All right.
Which of these 5 tips resonates the most with your current financial goals?
Good question.
And what's the first step you can take today to turn that knowledge into action?
You got to take action. Every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to financial freedom and peace of mind.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us on this financial journey.
It's been a pleasure.
Keep learning, keep growing, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.
See you next time.